Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, we're going to talk about the Black Rose. Miss Marchesa here she came out in Conspiracy, the very first one. This is 1.0 Marchesa. It's not the Queen. This is before she took the crown. She has dethroned. Evidently, she had it well, because now she's the Queen. But anyway, other creatures you control have dethroned. And whenever a creature of yours dies, when it has a +1 counter on it, it comes back at the beginning of the next end step. So, I've had this quite a while. I don't think I've made any recent changes to it. To be honest with you, haven't really even looked through it. Let's see what we got here. I notice I only have one instant in the entire deck, and that is Limdol's Vault. Now, yeah, that's word soup. You look at the top 5, and then you can pay a life to put those on the bottom and keep looking at it, and then you shuffle all but the top 5. So it's good to find what you want. It's a tutor-ish. It may cost you a little bit of life. Now, first and foremost, I think the most important card in the deck is Unspeakable Symbol. Does it seem a little foggy to you? Huh. Anyway, Unspeakable Symbol. Because there's a time, if everything's going right, it's not going to take long for you to be at the highest life. So you just spend your life and Unspeakable Symbol, just pass out counters to all your dudes. That's fine. That way you're not at the highest life anymore, and Dethrone kicks back in. Because you really want Dethrone to kick in, because let's face it, that's kind of the cool shtick. Now, I did notice that there is a couple things. One of my personal favorite interactions is Marchesa and Triskelion. So, if you can find a way to sack Triskelion, you can take one counter off to a point, take the second counter off to a point. You have to leave the last counter on there, so he'll have a +1/+1 counter. And then you sacrifice him to some random effect, and then it comes back fully loaded with 3 counters at the end of that turn. Yes, it would be sweet if he came back instantly, but I think waiting until the end step was a power level thing. Kind of glad they didn't, because should have been just busted. Let's keep going. The Forbidden Ritual. I've used Forbidden Ritual since it came out in Visions. I love this card. It used to be, I played it a bunch with all the 0 drops. But anyway, when you're sacking your dudes that are coming back, that's not that bad. Dreadbore, just kind of utility. Demonic Tutor to go get your Unspeakable Symbol. Now, Attrition is really good when your creatures insta come back at the end of the turn, So, let's see if we can clear this up, because, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, really like Attrition. Infernal Tribute, 2 mana, sack a dude, draw a card, which in our case it might as well say sack a dude, which is really it's really symbol to the Phyrexian Vault. But I do also have another tutor, I guess you could say. The Planar Bridge is the ultimate tutor. While we're at it, let's roll through some mana rocks. We are playing 3 colors, so I'm using a few more mana rocks than I normally do of the different kinds. I'm running out of soul rings. I mean, I know y'all have seen several decks I have with no soul rings, and these dang things are $3 again. Oh. Maybe after this Commander release, it's going to go crazy this year. Maybe they'll drop back down. It's weird. At $2, I'm a customer. At $3, I'm a watcher. I don't know what it is. The Commander Sphere and Coalition Relic. Tried to keep like the any color stuff, but yeah. Now, Claws of Gix, another good solid sack outlet. I have a lot of sack outlets to try to, keep going. The Eye of Yawgmoth. It's gonna. I mean, the sucky part with Eye of Yawgmoth is it exiles them. It exiles them jokers. But if you can do a 1 power, maybe even a 2 power, you're not really exiling much. Maybe a land or something. Cauldron of Souls. I'll admit I have in here to be funny. This is my anti-wrath card. I have 0 wraths in the deck. Y'all saw that. I have 0 board wipes. But Shivan Harvest is the last non-creature card. There are lands out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There are lands out there that just absolutely gotta go. Okay, let's get to the dudes. The Fallen Angel is another good sack outlet. And also, what I tried to do is sack outlets, 1/8/7 creatures, things that have a come into play effect, or things that get a benefit when I sacrifice creatures. So Drax's Alchemist. When it comes into play, I want to have a blue permanent because I got Marchesa. And I get to return something to my hand. Wow. Well, yeah, to owner's hand, but I want to return Muldrifter to my hand, or maybe even Necrotol. Seems neat. Big Game Hunter. I haven't changed my lights or anything, but for some reason, I'm having a problem with this glare. Have to do Marchesa Smuggler with, the Marchesa deck. It's got Dethrone, yeah. Architects of Will. It's pretty neat to be continually coming into play. You can sack it, and then at the end of turn, top. So, yeah, this is my 3/3 top. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Slum Reaper. Everybody sacks a dude. What are you going to do? I like how they made Slum Reaper, because all it is Flesh Black Marauder, and they added 1 to all the numbers. Pretty neat. Thrumming Bird's really good. The Proliferate. Shriekmaw. Another awesome comes into play. Vampire Hexmage you can sack to itself. So, it just sacks. It's got a counter on it. It comes back. And you can keep popping in Planeswalkers. Or, keep passing out random Merit Ledges if they have them. Blackguard. +1/+1 counter on it deals combat damage to a player. That player discards a card. So that's living the dream, is her. Gotta have that Zealous Construct. Mog Vandal. Or, I'm sorry. Manic Vandal, not Mog. Bone Shredder. Blood Tyrant. Now, I love me some 5/5 Flying Trample. And let's face it, 5 +1/+1 counters. Pentavus, another thing that comes in with 5 counters on it, so you can actually, man, if you can loop this right, you can get you a bunch of little flyers. River Kelpie. You get to draw cards. Flayer of the Hatebound is probably one of the more popular cards to choose for Marchesa. Undying is a sweet-ass mechanic. With her, well, hell, it's just a sweet mechanic anyway. But Enters the battle from a graveyard. Man, it's so good. It's like her personal devil. Draws Messenger. Loses 2 life. You ain't preventing no life lossage here. There's the other Marchesa's. Emissary. Well, the Revoker is pretty neat because it never fails. It never fails. I love the Revoker. It does keep a lot of formats in check. However, you play it to deal with something, and then the something gets dealt with or whatever, and you've got this dead 2/1, and it dies. Hey, now you can slap a counter on it. It dies, or you sack it, and it comes back, and you choose a new card. So you get mileage out of the Revoker, or as they say, value. Now, Harvester of Souls, since we want to, talk about value, we because you're sacking your dudes anyway. It's all about the recursion of your dudes. They don't get comfy too long in the graveyard. Siege Gang Commander seems pretty sweet to mount you up some goblins. I can't speak enough good about Olivia because she's just amazing, and she wins games by herself. Y'all know the story about me playing her in a standard deck, and all I did was play basic lands and then her, and that's all I did the entire match of 2 games, and it won. Yeah, she's amazing. Olivia's my girl. Phyrexian Ghoul, hey, why not? Let's just sack some dudes and get some big, and this is a great combat trick. Archaeomancer, it gets your bridge back. Oh, no. Wrong wizard. This gets your tutor back. Drana. Each attacking creature you control. This is pretty sweet. Passes out them counters like candy. Here, everybody. The whole army gets it. The Crystalline Crawler. So we're going to have 3, possibly 4, because my land base has several like City of Brass and any color lands. And now we can make mana of colors that aren't ours. So it's possible that it's going to have 4, and then it comes into. But here's the sad thing: it comes into play after you sack it, and it's not going to have any counters on it because no mana was spent to cast it. But it can put a counter itself. What if it's all right? This is kind of weak. This is more of a mana slot than it is a creature slot. So I have a Bloodflow Connoisseur. It's all about sacking my dudes to help this particular dude. Cryptborn Horror. X +1/+1 counters. X is a total loss. So that's not bad. It's not bad at all. And if you just want to have a whole bunch of life loss, you swing with Malignus. And he's really cool with a +1/+1 counter on it because he's itching to die. Dax Duplicant, I really like. Dethrone Clone. Deathbringer Thoctor. And, of course, Lord of Tressorhorn. Lord of Tressorhorn does not get enough love because I'm telling you what, he's a 10/4. Yeah, you got to sacrifice 2 dudes. Hey, that's not a problem. They're coming back. So you're paying 2 life and discarding 2 cards. So, it's whatever. That's awesome. But he's a 10/4. A 10/4 for 4 mana. He regenerates. Doesn't get a lot of love. I think... No, I haven't started building him yet. Blue, black, red. What is that? Is that what they call Grixis? Yeah. Because those are bolus colors. Anyway, I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.